Coach, it is something not seen all that often in these parts. Playoff football in North Carolina. We've got it at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Card weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Mixon running right. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Ingram hauls it in. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Evan Ingram, 71 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Pittsburgh. 58 right there. Watch the slant.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's taken on the 25. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Mixon with a first down carry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Mike. 258. You're not ready. You're not ready. Easy. Check 4. Check 3. Slant. Box it. Zoom.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He's going to let this one. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And they got the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
First down, Vikings.
Ready? Hey, wahoo! Ready?
Throwing on first down is Minshew. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Rush in. Big Ed.
Catch made by Slayton.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A gain of 9. Brings up second and 1.
You get Rodney. You get
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go. 5.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Nixon will try the right side. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
88.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Minshew, 1st and 10, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Minshew. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well.
And oh, it's blocked. And the Vikings have got it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
they can get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now Joe Mixon. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now this throw caught left side. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14.
Weapon. Get 300. Get 300. Kill. 399.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the route is on here in this first half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previous.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Greystone, travel. Smooth.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
On the double. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Go.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Escaping the pressure right. And Diggs has it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. It'll be Minshew again. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. George Kittle there to make the grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit to try here for the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check safety, check safety. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Check. Rolling right. Rolling right. Right now. You got 58. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Team right. Double up.
Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. Xavier Howard on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Back north. Run. Here we go. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Here we go, here we go. 58. Mike 5. We're going to get up.
On play action. Now Rodgers.
What you got, baby? Give me some. Give me some.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded at the 20. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off play action, it's Minshew. Johnson's got it complete. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Here's Minshew, flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
58's the money. 58's the money.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Tyler Eifert there to make the grab. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And his pass incomplete.
Rodgers' pass incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Come on, watch the shot.
Now a give, right side. Mixon. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Coming to you, coming to you. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Right. Slant.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Joe Mixon, 66 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows?
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 40.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Over.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the 1st down marker.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Hey, take 26. Over.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Ready, set. Hey, wahoo! Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. That's complete to Slayton. And a loose football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Let's go. 50, plant. Oh, yeah. 6-6, pull it high. Bravo. Show it. Get it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. 53's the mic.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And that is incomplete.
Rodgers pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be taken at the 10. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strat?
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. George Kittle, 79 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Rodgers now on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And all the way down to the 35. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A 44-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Kyle Van Noy able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A good pickup there, 26 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now Minshew. It's complete to Diggs. Still going. They can't stop him. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now this throw caught left side. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Minshew sets to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be... And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Green 18. Mike, I'm coming.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Able to go down to a knee, wrap this one up in the wild card round. Being at home, that certainly helped.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And think of it this way. If this is tennis, they held serve. They did what they were supposed to do. Won at home, rewarded their home crowd. They may have to go on the road the rest of the way, but they'll do it with some confidence.